We dedicate a child in Qatar. This program is called Operation Come to School, and it is targeting, they have said, children who initially dropped out of school or children who had attained the school-going age and are not enrolled in our primary schools. And it's just a follow-up to a report indicating the total number of children who are out of school. We are going to take you through that later in presentations that are going to be done by my counterpart, Mr. Hassan Gore, and myself. This program is targeting 16 counties in the whole country. Garissa County is included, and the 3 counties of Northeastern are also targeted. So in total, there are 16 counties in the country. And those are 16 counties that had reported cases of high dropout and cases where a good number of children have not enrolled in the basic learning institutions. For our case, Dadaab, the old Dadaab, including Liboy, we have a total of 31 primary schools, 31 public primary schools. These primary schools have a total enrollment of 8,010. 8,010 is generally the total enrollment for all our primary schools in the 2 sub-counties. Secondary schools, we have 7, I think 4 on this side of Dadaab and 3 on the other side, that's Liboy. In total, we have 7 secondary schools. The enrollment of ECDE is public ECD. They have a total enrollment of 2,229. Among these 1,261 are boys, while 968 are girls. For private ECD centers in the 2 sub-counties, the total enrollment is 504. 296 are boys and 208 are girls.
You're very fast, eh? The ECD. Can you just...
ECD total enrollment is 504 for private, eh? Or you want the public?
Public.
Public total is 2,229. 2,229. Boys, they are 1,261. Girls, 968. Private ECD centers have a total enrollment of 504. 296 are boys, while 208 are girls. Then secondary school total enrollment, public secondary schools enrollment is 898. Only, yes. 467 are boys, while 431 are girls. 467 boys, 431 girls. Private secondary schools, they have a total enrollment of 1,695. So the private schools enrollment are more than the public. And that can signal something. 1,695. Boys, they are 1,276. 1,276. While girls, they are only 419. So in all the enrollment data that I've given, I think you can deduce and see there's great gender disparity. The girls' enrollments are very low as compared to boys in all the levels, except for public secondary schools, where the enrollment is almost 50-50. But looking at the secondary schools, private secondary schools, there's great gender disparity. So there are more boys in private secondary schools than girls. But generally, that's the situation in Dadaab and even Garissa County and Northeastern region. The enrollments are very low, and most of the enrollments of girls is even worse as compared to boys in all the learning institutions levels. Now, Dadaab sub-county and generally the county had a number of challenges that has really contributed to this low enrollment. One major challenge is shortage of teachers. Inadequate number of teachers. And I think you are all aware why this was occasioned. This is something attributed to insecurity in the region and in the county and the sub-county. Quite a number of our teachers who are teaching in our basic institutions were non-local teachers. So as a result of the rampant cases of insecurity, then teachers and the non-local teachers fled the region. So they left our schools in order to seek safer areas. Then the other thing which is a challenge in our sub-county is a high number of dropout cases, children who are dropping out of school at any given level, ECD, primary, and secondary. That had been reported by our head teachers and by us in the offices. The other challenge is failure by some of the parents to allow their children to transit to secondary school. Parents take their children to secondary school, they sit for KCPE, they pass or they do well, but you will see a parent who is not allowing his daughter or girl to transit to secondary school. And we had noted this even when we are carrying out what is called the 100% transition. Another challenge is early marriage. Child marriage, I think, is also common. We had several cases. With us is the sub-county children officer, Mr. Omar, who is going to give us some data on the cases of girls who are married while they were in the school. So this also has attributed particularly to low enrollment of girls in the primary schools. The other one is about minimal support by parents. Our parents are not supporting teachers. Our parents are not focused on learning. Our parents hardly engage themselves in the management of the schools. And I think to some extent that's why our teachers, as few as they are really discouraged. The schools are supposed to be run by all the stakeholders. In fact, the support of the parents is key, very, very important, because they are the ones who are helping the teachers in mobilizing children to school. They are the ones who are supposed to be helping teachers in at least mobilizing resources. And they are the ones who are supposed to be helping our teachers in addressing some of the daily challenges of our learning institutions. Another challenge which we have encountered is insecurity. I think some of us officers were unable to visit some of the schools because of insecurity. We are using government vehicles, GK vehicles. We do fear, particularly schools along the border. I think for me now, I'm almost finishing now the third year. I have visited Hami only twice. 4 years, imagine I visited Hami primary twice, the Majali twice, Liboy I visited 4 times. So the other schools like Igal and many others. So even my counterpart, Mr. Hassan, I think since he came, he visited once in those schools because of insecurity. So particularly using a GK vehicle is becoming a challenge. So once the schools are not monitored, curriculum supervision is not done as required, then you can expect some of the shortcomings that's going to arise out of that. So these are some of the challenges we had encountered. And I think in terms of low enrollment, this is one program that is going to address this with support of all education stakeholders. Similar program was started in 2016. 3 years program, 2016, 17, and 18. It had also the same name. So it was targeting some sub-counties. And at least we are happy. They had a certain target. Their target was 39,000 children to be enrolled. But they surpassed 39,000. In fact, it was 133%, which was a very big achievement. Even the donors really appreciated. Now this one is another one now. Now for this, it is not targeting all the sub-counties. Currently, it's targeting 4 sub-counties. The Dadaab sub-county, Fafi sub-county, Ijara, and Hulugo. So as we are seated here, all the other 3 sub-counties are also having this kind of launch today, so as at least to implement this particular program. A national launch was done where the Cabinet Secretary for Education attended and the Ambassador for Qatar. So it was done in Nairobi. It was followed by now the county launch which was done in Wajir, it was done, Garissa was done, and Wajir was done. Now we are doing the sub-county launches. So therefore, after we take you through what this program particularly entails, we'll expect the support of each and every person, particularly the Interior Ministry. The successes that you're going to see in the phase 1 of this project, in fact, was as a result of the support of chiefs and assistant chiefs. You will see some of the activity we are going to present, the involvement of chiefs and assistant chiefs is very high. So that's why even during the launch, the Cabinet Secretary Interior was there, and in fact, they all supported. And then the donor said, once there'll be some outcome, some positive outcome, then they are ready to support this kind of program. So I will request our hardworking chiefs and assistant chiefs to make sure that we own this program until we make sure, because we know each other. If you go to Dertu, you know the villages in Dertu, and you can tell, and even Wazes can tell, the number of children who are idle at home. So it's through this program, therefore, we want to visit every house, we want to visit every door. And we want to make sure that at least we talk to the parents, we enroll those children, and we bring them to school. So once they are brought to schools, we are going to do other things in order to support these children, including renovating some of their schools, including providing desks, including providing them with books and other kits. Because we do not want to see a situation where the children are taken to school and then they are doing nothing. So please let us support this program, and I think with your support, particularly Chief and Assistant Chief, then we can go very, very far. So